Once upon a breath between dreaming and waking, a little girl named Alice sat beneath a golden sky, her thoughts floating like dandelion seeds in the wind. The world around her was proper, polished, and terribly dull, a place where curiosity was scolded and imagination slept beneath the weight of rules. And yet, within her heart, something stirred, a quiet ache for wonder. Then one ordinary afternoon, the extraordinary appeared, a white rabbit clothed in a waistcoat and muttering anxiously about being late. That single moment, strange and fleeting, became the doorway to everything. Without hesitation, Alice followed, as if answering a secret call. She fell down the rabbit hole, not gently, but endlessly, tumbling past clocks, teacups, books, chairs, and mirrors. It was not a fall through space, but through herself, into the deep, mysterious corridors of the subconscious. When she landed, nothing was as it should be. The walls of reason had melted. The air shimmered with nonsense. Here tears could form oceans, and cakes could make you grow taller than trees. It was as if she had entered the theater of her own mind, where logic was a trickster and emotion ruled with laughter and madness. Alice wandered through Wonderland, a dreamer walking through her own reflection. She met the caterpillar lounging upon a mushroom and exhaling smoke that curled into question marks. "Who are you?" he asked, not as a simple inquiry, but as the eternal question of identity itself. Alice could not answer. How could she? She had grown and shrunk so many times she no longer knew what shape her soul had taken. She passed through enchanted gardens and croaked forests, each one stranger than the last. The Cheshire Cat appeared and disappeared at will. His grin lingered like a secret. He spoke in riddles, yet his nonsense carried truth. "We are all mad here," he purred. And in that single sentence, he revealed the nature of reality, that madness and sanity are separated only by perception. Soon Alice stumbled upon a tea party that never ended, a frozen moment in time where the Mad Hatter and the March Hare lived in eternal 6 o'clock. Their tea was both a ceremony and chaos, a rebellion against the tyranny of the ticking clock. Time itself, the Hatter confessed, had turned against him. This is a symbol of the human condition, how we live imprisoned by time, forever chasing it, forever too late. In the Queen's court, chaos reaches crescendo. The Queen of Hearts, a tyrant of emotion, ruled through fear and fury. Her voice was law, her anger divine. "Off with their heads," she cried, as if punishing every thought that dared to defy control. She was not a villain, but the embodiment of rage, ego, and the desperate need to command an uncontrollable world. The trial they followed was a mockery of reason, a theater of absurdity, echoing how society often disguises madness with order. As the dream began to unravel, the world spun faster. The voices melted into echoes. The false power of the dream dissolved, and she awoke, not in defeat, but in revelation. She opened her eyes to the gentle light of day. The garden shimmered with quiet magic, as if Wonderland had never truly left her, or perhaps as if it had never been separate at all. Alice in Wonderland is not merely a whimsical tale for children. It is a journey into the human psyche, a philosophical descent into the subconscious where meaning and madness intertwine. The rabbit hole is more than an entry to a fantasy world. It is the symbol of self-discovery, a portal into the depths of the mind. When Alice falls, she falls inward, into her own confusion, her doubts, her ever-changing identity. Wonderland, in its strange beauty, mirrors the landscapes of our dreams, where logic dissolves and the soul speaks in riddles. The story explores the fluid nature of identity and the fragility of perception. Alice's constant size changes are reflections of how we all fluctuate between feelings of power and helplessness, confidence and uncertainty. Her repeated questions, "Where am I?" and "Who am I?" is the heart of the human condition. In a psychological sense, Wonderland can be seen as the mind laid bare, the Queen of Hearts representing uncontrollable motion, the Mad Hatter embodying distorted reason, and Alice as the fragile ego trying to impose order on chaos. Every character in Wonderland is an aspect of Alice herself, fragments of her emotions, instincts, and questions given form. The White Rabbit personifies an anxiety and the fear of running out of time. The Cheshire Cat is intuition, appearing and disappearing as understanding often does, smiling at life's absurdity. The caterpillar who asks, "Who are you?" becomes a spiritual teacher, representing transformation, identity, and awakening. The Queen of Hearts stands for rage and control, the darker emotions we try to suppress. Each figure Alice meets is both an obstacle and a lesson, as if her own soul is testing her through symbolic encounters. Wonderland dismantles the illusion of reason. It mocks the order of the adult world, where rules often exist without meaning, and meaning exists without truth. This nonsense is not random. It is a mirror held up to society's logic, showing how arbitrary our definitions of reality truly are. In this sense, Wonderland becomes a meditation on absurdity and perception, echoing later existential ideas that the universe may not make sense, but it is our response to that chaos that defines us. Growing up is not about mastering order. It is about learning to live gracefully within the unknown. There is also a historical and literary depth beneath the whimsy. Written during the Victorian era, Alice in Wonderland gently mocks the rigidity of social etiquette, the obsession with rules, and the suppression of imagination. Ultimately, Alice in Wonderland is not a story to be understood, but felt. It speaks to every human soul that has ever been lost, uncertain, or in search of meaning. It teaches that confusion is not failure, it is transformation. Madness is not a curse, it is freedom from the ordinary. Wonderland reminds us that identity is not fixed, reality is not solid, and self-discovery is never ending. Perhaps, like Alice, we must fall before we can awake, for the deeper meaning of Wonderland is this: to lose ourselves in the chaos of life is not to be broken, it is to become whole. Wonderland was never just a place. It was a mirror, a riddle, a heartbeat made of questions. It was childhood on the edge of forgetting, the wild garden of the self before the world names it, a sanctuary for the parts of us that refuse to grow in straight lines. We are all Alice. We fall, we shrink under the weight of doubt, swell with anger or pride or pain. We sit in tables where time does not move, speak in riddles no one understands, and ask ourselves in quiet moments, who am I? And perhaps the answer is not found but lived, not told but felt, in the trembling joy of uncertainty, in the courage to wander off the path, in the madness we dare to embrace as truth. For in the end, Wonderland is not a dream to wake from, it is a truth to remember, a whispered promise that inside every question, every strange and sacred moment of lostness, there is beauty, there is meaning, there is you.